Right, here we go. Back again. Alright? And today it is an update on Project Bluebeam, okay? And this is basically a follow-up to my last video that I done on Project Bluebeam. And the conditioning for that at the moment is through the fucking roof, alright? And you'd have to be blind not to see it, I'm afraid, okay? And I can't mention this project without mentioning Sergei Monast, right? Now, Sergei Monast and another journalist, both of whom were researching Project Bluebeam, died of heart attacks within weeks of each other, although neither had a history of heart disease. Sergei was in Canada, the other Canadian journalist was visiting Ireland prior to his death. The Canadian government abducted Sergei's daughter in an attempt to dissuade him from pursuing his research into Project Bluebeam. His daughter was never returned. Pseudo heart attacks are one of the alleged methods of death induced by Project Bluebeam. Would you believe it? Right? And the guy that wrote this article updated it in 2009, and he said, "I'm only beginning to now fully grasp the entire breadth of Sergei Monast's contributions to humanity and the unbelievable courage he demonstrated in coming out with these incredible revelations, which were secretly or anonymously given to him by politicians, military, police, or intelligence people who still possessed a conscience and a sense of humanity," right? So these, basically, the info Sergei got was given to him by people that actually had a fucking heart, right? Honest people, right? Who actually cared. They passed on the information to Sergei, right? And he released it. And well, they fucking sorted him out for that, okay? And like in other videos, the other video that I mentioned, the Bluebeam project will pretend to be the universal fulfillment of the prophecies of old, as major an event as that which occurred 2,000 years ago. In principle, it will make use of the skies as a movie screen, right? So they're going to project gods into the sky, a god of every religion, and basically it's going to be the return of the Messiah. That's what it's going to look like, seemingly, alright? And they mention 4 different stages to Project Bluebeam, alright? And in my last video about it, I do touch on it a lot more, okay? And a link to 5G with things like artificial thought and communication, right? Because with that, they're actually talking about beaming messages or thoughts into people's minds, right? And that is no fucking joke, by the way, okay? They are literally on about that. And who's to say that when the kill grid comes about, that might not happen, alright? You won't even know then if your thoughts are your own, okay? By the sounds of it. And it's like I said before, I think in terms of the communication, that is where 5G is the final piece, right? And it also mentions, Sergei mentions, the phasing out of cash and independence, alright? So basically, I mean, let's face it, we are seeing that happen before our fucking eyes, right? That is happening, okay? There is no doubt about it through what's going on at the moment. But the main point I want to point out is the last part of the article, and it says, "The New World Order is already changing the laws of all nations to make everyone dependent upon a single food and vitamin supply. They are changing laws about religion and psychiatric disorders in order to identify anyone who is potentially threatening the New World Order. Those who are found defective will be sent to eradication camps, where their organs will be taken out and sold to the highest bidders. Those who are not killed outright will be used as slave labour or used in medical experiments. The goal of a dictatorship is to control everyone, everywhere on the planet, ruthlessly and without exemption. That's why the new technology being introduced everywhere is a technology for the control of the people. The technology of the 1940s and 1950s was used to help the people have an easier and more productive life. The new technology is designed and built to track down and control people everywhere. This technology is being manufactured for a specific purpose, and to refuse to see and recognise that purpose, which is to enslave the entire population of the world, is to deny the emergence of the Antichrist and the establishment of the new world order, religion and government. If you cannot see, if you cannot learn, if you cannot understand, then you and your family and friends will succumb to the fires of the crematoria that have been built in every state and every major city on earth, built to deal with you. No one is safe in a totalitarian police state. Sergei Monast, 1994, right? Now, a lot of what he said, it is happening today. We are living it, folks. It's happening. So Project Bluebeam could well be on the cards by the looks of it, right? And there is another article that I will share, link in, that basically links all the documents and patents proving that the technology for Project Bluebeam exists, right? It's there in black and white. And this article, it's written in 2016 by Bobby Vaughn Jr., right? He links in all the links that you need to know in regards to the patents, right, of aerial projection, right? That's not the only one. I think in the article he actually lists about 4 or 5 different examples and links in the patents and the full descriptions to these inventions, basically, and it's all pointing to Project Bluebeam, right? Airborne holographic projection, or projector, sorry. I mean, why on earth would you need that, right? So the evidence is there. In terms of Project Bluebeam, in my own opinion, if it is on the cards, which it's starting to look like it very well could be, then I would imagine that it's probably going to happen within the next 2 years. Because at the speed everything is changing at the moment, it's fucking happening fast, alright? And like I said in my last video about this, 5G could be the final piece, right? And in terms of the conditioning, wow, that is, like I said, through the roof. And the Comet Atlas is everywhere at the moment, right? And seemingly this comet is 5 times the size of Jupiter, and it's set to light up the night sky. Daily Mail, 1 week ago, alright? The Mirror newspaper, the Sun, comet that may be the brightest in 20 years will soar across sky this month, right? So we're expecting it very soon to be visible, right? The Express, Comet Atlas, comet could be as bright as the moon as it nears the sun, right? So it could be as bright as the moon. Forbes, 3 weeks ago, is this the naked eye comet we've been waiting for? Now, that is in itself quite an interesting headline, alright? And that was just 3 weeks ago. In space.com, bright comet Atlas could blaze into view this month. 21 hours ago that was. So we're expecting it soon, okay? Your Tango, Comet Atlas, set to brighten the sky as COVID-19 peaks. What a coincidence, right? And 14 hours ago, International Business Times, approaching Comet Atlas might be fragmenting. So it's breaking up now, right? And the key points are, Comet Atlas was first discovered in December 2019. The comet will approach Earth in May. Astronomers believe the comet is fragmenting. Right, so this is the very latest. It's breaking up, right? And it says, through the asteroid terrestrial impact, last alert system at last observatory in Hawaii, astronomers were able to monitor the approaching comet, right? And they're saying that it's surrounded by a cloud, right? And this is a huge fucking cloud, seemingly, that is around this comet. It's built up a cloud, right? And it says, unfortunately, the comet's current status might make it impossible to spot the space rock during its near-Earth approach, based on the latest data collected by astronomers. Comet Atlas brightness has started to decrease. They believe that this could be a sign that the comet is going through certain physical changes that are causing it to fragment. So it's, like I said, they're saying it's breaking up, right? And it then says, Carol Battermans of the Naval Research Lab in Washington, D.C. noted that there's a chance that the comet might completely break apart before it reaches the sun. Also, Atlas' trajectory might change due to the surface emissions triggered by its fragmentation. So basically they're saying this fucking comet could break up and go anywhere, right? It then says it's possible that this is the beginning of the end. Batterman said, according to spaceweather.com, the comet's orbit is now being influenced by non-gravitational forces. These forces are the result of gases lifting off the comet nucleus and causing the nucleus to move very slightly in the opposite direction, sort of like a jet engine, right? So this comet could go fucking anywhere, let's face it. And like I said, in terms of the conditioning, in the last few years, it's skyrocketed, right? Pardon the pun. But Space.com 2019, Live Science 2019, Apollo 11 moon landing showed that aliens might be more than science fiction, right? So Live Science is saying, yeah, aliens could be true. New York Post, NASA chief says, we are close to finding life on Mars. Would you believe it, right? So they're going to find life on Mars. Space.com 2019, the biggest alien planet discoveries of 2019. So they discovered a lot last year, right? And it's not only planets, but as I'll touch on a second, it's exoplanets, alright? Space.com, high school student discovers alien planet with twin suns. That's a strange one. Another Space.com, how NASA's next Mars rover will hunt for alien life, right? 11th of December 2019. Metro 2019, there is life on Mars, scientists claim, from NASA of course. Again, 2019, Space.com, will 2020 be the year we find intelligent life? Question mark. Well, I think the chances are yes. With the way that the media are pointing, I would say yeah, right? And the latest at the start of the year was aliens definitely exist and they could be living among us on Earth. CNN International, 6th of January 2020. Right, I'm sure we all seen the Navy video that was released. February the 5th, 2020. NASA Webb will seek atmospheres near potentially habitable planets, so exoplanets, right? NASA Planet Hunter finds its first Earth-size habitable zone world. Wow, so they're finding them now, right? Space.com, 2 weeks ago, future space telescopes may probe Titan-like exoplanets. So they're going to be looking into them soon by the sounds of that, alright? We'll be able to see people next, maybe, who knows? 8th of January, NASA's new exoplanet Hunter found its first potentially habitable world. Wow, would you believe it, right? 1 month ago, universe studying planet finding mission approved by NASA, right? And that was the new NASA exoplanet hunting expedition, right? 3 weeks ago, science alert, astronomers just found the first ever exoplanet that swoops outside our solar system. And when I looked at this article, I actually thought it was quite funny. Astronomers just found the first ever exoplanet that swoops outside the galactic plane, right? And they're saying in this, the universe is fucking flat, alright? Would you believe that? Okay? So I suppose they're kind of giving away some truths in the end, right? But not all. But maybe that'll come. But to date, we humans have positively identified over 4,000 exoplanets. And that's just in our Milky Way. And that's just to date, right? Seemingly, of course. And 1 day ago, warped space-time used to help find exoplanets, right? So every day now, something's coming out in regards to ETs or exoplanets, right? This is the next big thing. The Mirror, NASA, this made me laugh. NASA launches virtual tours to keep budding astronauts entertained during coronavirus, right? So it's a virtual tour of space. And would you believe it? They showed us this, right? And this is the swimming pool that they train in, right? It's got nothing to do with the ISS, right? Wink, wink, okay? And there is a lot of talk about, well, in the past year or so, about the Dyson sphere, right? A megastructure, an alien megastructure, right? That has came out a lot. And I did see this 7 hours ago, Life as We Don't Know It. Wow, they almost took it from my channel, right? And this was in a Scientific American blog, right? So you know these guys are the real deal. They've got scientific in their fucking name, right? And this says, basically, that in 2000, and this is written in 2016 in a astrobiology paper, right, by Nefali Cabral. So far in our quest to find ET, we have only been searching for other versions of ourselves. Dope. Oh well, looks like NASA fucked up again then, right? And it mentions, believe it or not, Carl Sagan. And he wrote the novel Contact, okay? And he wrote that in, I believe, 1985, right? And it was on a US bestseller list. And it's obviously to do with contact with ET, alright? It's sci-fi, okay? Or sci-fi, alright? And it says that maybe we'll get lucky and detect a radio signal tomorrow that says hello in simple mathematical code, the way Sagan predicted in his 1985 novel Contact. But more likely, if we want to find what Cabral calls life as we don't know it, we'll have to get outside our own heads and think more like aliens. So I wonder if that means becoming more like AI or getting what they would call a neural link. You get me, alright? It's all connected. All of this is connected by the looks of it, and it's all heading one way, alright? And if Project Bluebeam is on the cards, like I said, I expect it could probably happen when we're on our fucking knees, right? When the economy is completely gone and our last hope is probably religion, right? Now, I'm not knocking religion. My own father was a born-again Christian, right? So I'll never fucking knock anybody that's religious. I'll say fair play to you, alright? But if these people are going to have the control that's predicted, then like I said, you won't even know if your thoughts are your own, right? They're going to have fucking complete control by the looks of it. But anyway, that's about it on Project Bluebeam for the moment. But I'll be back again tomorrow and it'll be an update on the lockdown situation, alright? But anyway, that is about it. Bye-bye.